Yes. Good morning, everyone. Chapter 5, When People Rebel, 1857 and after. As we have already studied about different settlement, revenue methods introduced by Britishers. In this chapter, we will learn about different type of different causes of revolt 1857. Highlights points, the chapter 5, when people rebel. First is nature of the revolt 1857, causes of revolt 1815, political cause, economic, social causes, religious causes, military causes, and immediate cause. First, let's talk about political cause. First, nature of the revolt. Historians have different views regarding the nature of revolt 1857. The British historian call it purely military revolt, while the Indian regard it as the first war of independence. The English historian says that it was a military revolt which erupted due to the introduction of grease cartridge. On the other hand, many Indian writers like Savarkar, Ashok Mehta, etc. say that this revolt could not have spread so suddenly had it not have the people's support behind it. They also say that people from all walk of life, inspired by the noble ideals of nationalism and independence, supported their rulers against the Britishers. Hence, the revolt of 1857 can be called the first war of independence. Let us look causes of the Great Rising of 1857. Many political, economic, social, religious, military, and immediate causes were responsible for creating unrest and discontent, which ultimately led to the rising of 1857. First, let's talk about political causes. Political causes, there were the many political causes that responsible for the Indian ruler against the British. The Lord Dalhousie annexed Satara, Jhansi, Nagpur, and many other states by the doctrine of lapse. According to this doctrine, the ruler of the subordinate state, we have already studied this doctrine of lapse in chapter 2 of history. If if the ruler of the subordinate state died without any heir, so what happened? So his adopted son was not allowed to occupy the throne, and the state was annexed to the British Empire in India. Fine. So the Nana Sahib, the adopted son Peshwa Bajirao II, was not acknowledged as the ruler. Same with the Rani Lakshmi Bai, Jhansi, the Queen of Jhansi. The second was the annexation of Awadh by the Lord Dalhousie through thousands of nobles, soldiers, and the officers out of job. The British provided no alternative employment to them and created dissatisfaction among all the classes of people of Awadh. The armies of the annexed state were disbanded. Thousands of family lost their income. They spread hatred against the English by instigating the people So the policy of annexation creating. So the policy of annexation creating panic among the ruler of their other state, and also no ruler felt safe. And the English had feeling of superior and treated the Indian with a contempt and arrogance and insulted them. The administration was corrupt and insufficient. So these all were the political cause of 1857 revolt. Let's understand through reading.
People. In the previous chapters, you looked at the policies of the East India Company and the effect they had on different people. Kings, queens, peasants, landlords, tribals, soldiers were all affected in different ways. You have also seen how people resist policies and actions that harm their interests or go against their sentiments. Nawabs lost their power. Since the mid 18th century, Nawabs and Rajas had seen their power erode. They had gradually lost their authority and honor. Residents had been stationed in many courts.
Yes.
The freedom of the
Yes, the house of Mughal was humbled by the English announced that the death of the Bahadur Shah Zafar II, the Mughal war lost the title of king and his successor have to be leave the Red Fort. So all these kind of the activities and the events, by this we can say that since the mid 18th century, Nawab and Raja have seen their power erode, lost their power. They had gradually lost their authority and honor. So that is the another cause which create dissatisfaction among the rulers, Nawab and the Rajas. Yes, please, Ananya, continue.
residents had been stationed in many courts. The freedom of the rulers reduced, their armed forces disbanded, and their revenues and territories taken away by stages. Many ruling families tried to negotiate with the company to protect
Negotiate. What is the meaning of negotiate? Any one of you? Yes, Raghav.
Ma'am, asking a question.
Or anyone else? Yes, Raghav, please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, asking a question.
Okay.
them
Any-
taking decision.
Taking decision. Anyone else? Communication between the two people on any issue. Dialogue, chat, and negotiation and talk. Okay. So that is a negotiation. So there is a negotiation between the ruler, Nawab officer, and between the with Britishers. Okay. So there are many ruling families try to negotiate with the company to protect their interests. Which kind of interest? As through that example, the Rani Lakshmi Bai Jhansi wanted the company to recognize her adopted son as the heir of the kingdom after the death of her husband. Nana Sahib adopted son. So the many rulers were tried to negotiate with English company that to keep their interest. And Peshwa Bajirao II pleaded that he be given the father's pension when the latter died. The company, confident of its superiority and the military power, turned down these pleas. And the next one, as I have already told you, that the Awadh was one of the last territory to be annexed. In 1801, the subsidiary alliance was imposed on Awadh. Can any one of you explain me subsidiary alliance? Yes, in subsidiary alliance, the company not allow the Indian state to maintain their military. That state protected by the company through subsidiary force, and that state pay the amount of that subsidiary force if that state failed to pay the amount. So as a penalty, his state take over by the company. So that is the subsidiary alliance was imposed on Awadh. And in 1856, it was taken over. The Governor General Dalhousie, underline everyone, declared that the territory was being misgoverned and the British rule was needed to ensure proper administration. So after that, when they annexed that the Awadh by the Dalhousie, and he threw the thousands of nobles, gentlemen, officers, soldiers out of the job, and the British provided no alternative employment to them, and which created dissatisfaction among all the classes of the people of Awadh. So, and the next one is the company was begin plan to how to bring the Mughal dynasty to an end. That is another political cause. The Mughal was humbled when the British announced that the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar II, the Mughal lost the title of king, and his successor would have to be leave the Red Fort. So it hurt the sentiment of the Muslims. In this way, that was the another became the cause of 1857 revolt. Yes, Raghav Sunija, please read the chapter.
Okay, ma'am.
The company was began.
Ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
The company was even began to plan.
Okay, ma'am. The company even began to plan how to bring the Mughal dynasty to an end. The name of the Mughal king was removed from the coins minted by the company in 1849. Governor General Dalhousie announced that after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, the family of king would be shifted out of the Red Fort and given another place in Delhi to reside in. In 1856, Governor General Canning decided that Bahadur Shah Zafar would be the last Mughal king, and after his death, none of his descendants would be recognized as kings. They would just be called princes.
The next one is the peasants and the sepoy. In the countryside, the peasant and the zamindar resented the high tax. Resented means dissatisfaction, annoyed with the high tax which were imposed by the Britishers on them, and the rigid method of revenue collection. So the many failed to pay back their loan to the money lender and gradually lost the lands they had tilled for the generation through the niche and royalty settlement, through niche and royalty cultivation. So the Indian Sipai in the company, so the Indian Sipai in the employ of the company also had a reason for discontent. Which kind of the reason? Let's look. They were unhappy about their pays, allowances, condition of the service. Some of the new rules, moreover, they violated their religious sensibilities and the belief. The Indian soldiers were considered inferior to the English soldiers. They had helped to the English to establish their empire in India, but were treated with contempt by their British officers. The Indian soldiers were not given the handsome salary, and they had no chance to promotion either. Okay, no Indian could rise higher than as a subedar. Okay, higher than a subedar. The last designation was subedar for the Indian soldiers. His salary was less than half, less than that of an English soldier. So comparatively their salary with the English soldier, so they had not received the good salary, handsome salary. And the condition, in which condition they were worked in the company army, that was very bad. Okay, and it also attack on their sensibilities. Like in 1857, the act, the General Service Enactment Act was passed. Underline everyone, write down. In 1857, company passed a new law which stated that every new person who took up the employment in the company's army had to agree to serve overseas if required. Overseas if required. According to the religious belief, the Hindu travel across the sea was forbidden. So in this way, they violated their religious sensibilities and the belief. because it was forbidden by the Hindu's mythology or Hindu traditions believe that travel across the sea was forbidden. There's the reason behind it. Okay. When the company army suffered reversed the first Afghan war, Sikh war, and the other war, it emboldened the Indian sepoy. So there were the many reasons by this the company, the soldier, those who were working in the company, they were discontent, they were dissatisfaction, they were not satisfied with the company's rule and regulation. Let us understand through this video, everyone. That cartridge introduced by the Britishers, and the Mangal Pandey, the person who imposed to use that, against that to use that cartridge, because the rumor was spread in the society that they were the greased with the fat of cow and pig, and both Hindu and Muslims were enraged at the thought that the English government wanted to defile their religious. Okay, so the Indian soldier believed that the time to strike had come to stand against Britishers, because the new type of rifle, that the name of the rifle was Enfield rifle, were introduced and were to be used to them. They forcefully said to their soldiers to use that rifle, and in that rifle, which bullet were used, that which was greased the fat of the cow and pig, and that bullet were open with the mouth. Okay, they use the first they open the this cap, open this bullet cap, and then the material which in that bullet they poured in the gun, and after that they use that gun. So that was a rumor. It was not, it was attack their sentiments, their religious sentiments. Fine, everyone. So before that, cartridge was used, had to be used with the mouth, and the pour the material which is in that bullet to use in that cartridge. That rifle.
After 1830, the company allowed.
Yes. Now the English also began to interfere in their religious and social life of the people. Like they passed the law to stop the practice of sati and encourage the remarriage of widow. In this way, they interfere in their social and religious life. The Christian missionary also missionary began to convert the Hindus and the Muslim to Christianity, and the government also supported the activity of the missionary. The introduction of telegraph service and spread the Western education also created suspicion and the fear in the mind of the people. Yes, continue, Neha.
After 1830, the company allowed Christian missionaries to function freely in its domain and even own land and property. In 1850, a new law was passed to make conversion to Christianity easier. This law allowed an Indian who had converted to Christianity to inherit the property of his ancestors. Many Indians began to feel that the British were destroying their religion, their social customs, and their traditional way of life. There were, of course, other Indians who wanted to change existing social practice. You will read about these reformers and reform movement in chapter 7, Through the Eyes of the People.
Okay. Yes, Ananya Kera, please. Read from her. A mutiny became a popular rebellion. What is the meaning of mutiny? When the soldier group of people disobey their officer, that is known as mutiny in the army, particularly in the army. Yes.
Ma'am, can I start?
Yes.
Mutiny becomes a popular rebellion. Through struggles between rulers and the ruled are not unusual. Sometimes such struggle
Unusual.
unusual. Sometimes such struggles become quite widespread as popular resistance so that the power of the state break down. A very large number of people begin to believe that they have a common enemy and rise up against the enemy at the same time. For such situation to develop, people have to organize, communicate, take initiative, and display the confidence to turn the situation around. Such situation developed in the northern part of India in 1857. After hundreds of
Okay.
years,
Thank you, Ananya. Yes. What is the meaning of unusual? Unusual means normal, not expected. Ruler and rule are not okay. And sometimes such struggle became quite widespread as a popular resistance so that the power of the state break down. Because the many people started thinking about that they have a common enemy and they should stand together against them. Okay, for such situation, there the people have to be organized, communicate, like initiative, and display the confidence to turn the situation around. Okay, they believe on their own strength. Like they give through they explain through example in the northern part of the India, 1857, the 100-year conquest administration, the East Indian Company faced a massive rebellion that started in May 1857, which threatened the company's very presence in India, which threatened the company power. When the Sipai mutinied in several places, beginning from Meerut, and the large number of people from the different section of the society rose up in a rebellion. Some regard it as the biggest armed resistance and to colonialism in the 19th century anywhere in the world. Okay, thank you, Ananya.